What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne Yang with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. On Tuesday, a record high 91 Chinese warplanes were detected around Taiwan. 54 of those crossed the median line of the Taiwan Strait. The incursion kept off large-scale military exercises by China, the country's response to President Tsai's recent meeting with U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Bing Wang reports.
China concluded its 3 days of military exercises on Monday by sending a record 91 warplanes into areas close to Taiwan. 54 of those warplanes crossed the median line of the Taiwan Strait, which runs between the two nations. The Chinese exercises involved air, land, and sea forces encircling Taiwan, simulating a blockade. China announced the drills after Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen met with U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in California last week. In August last year, then U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi met with President Tsai in Taipei, prompting Chinese forces to conduct large-scale exercises around the island. Beijing sees these meetings as Taiwan asserting its independence. China considers Taiwan as part of its own territory, despite the Communist Party never having ruled over Taiwan. Taiwan's foreign minister lambasted China's response to the high-level meetings.
中国在对台湾的这个威胁的情况之下，只会让两岸的距离是越来越遥远，所以中国的这些做法应该要停止了。我们对中国予以强力的谴责。
President Tsai thanked Taiwan's forces and said the country would keep monitoring the situation.
虽然中国的军演告一段落，国军和国安团队仍会持续坚守岗位，捍卫国家。
China also released a short animation simulating attacks on Taiwan on their social media. The video shows missiles fired from land, sea, and air close to Taiwan, with 2 missiles directly hitting the north and south of the island. Taiwan's officials say the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, is using these videos for cognitive warfare.
是一直不断的进行，透过他们的一些影片，对内、对外、对国际的宣传，也可以达到它的效果。这样的一种武吓，当然也会对台湾造成一股混淆视听啊。
Unlike their exercises 8 months ago, the PLA did not actually fire missiles this time. Now that the 3 days of exercises have ended, officials say they expect these incursions and cognitive warfare to continue as China has made it clear it won't stop trying means to intimidate Taiwan. Damon Lin and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's foreign ministry says China is trying to snatch its diplomatic ally Paraguay ahead of elections there. As Rick Gower reports, it's just the latest pressure point as Beijing continues its diplomatic squeeze on Taiwan.
Taiwan's vice foreign minister under fire in parliament as the country struggles to retain its remaining official diplomatic allies. Later this month, Paraguay will elect a new president. The frontrunner has said that if he wins, he will cut ties with Taipei in favor of Beijing.
中国大陆也很明显的了哈，也在拉拢各方的候选人，所以我才讲，所以这是一个事实啊。
China views Taiwan as part of its sovereign territory, and any official recognition of the country comes with repercussions from China. Since 2017, 8 of Taiwan's 21 long-time diplomatic allies have severed ties with Taipei for official relations with Beijing. Last month, Honduras became the latest place to flip. The break coming after Taiwan reportedly refused a request for $2.5 billion in aid.
我们不会和中国进行无意义的金钱外交竞逐。过去几年，中国不断利用各种方式打压台湾的国际参与，升高对我们的军事侵扰，冲击区域的和平稳定。
To counter that, Taiwan has been building closer ties with other democratic countries as the list of its official allies dwindles. In recent months, it has welcomed an unprecedented number of visits from political leaders of North America and Europe.
So I think we are seeing an adjustment towards more value and investment in non-diplomatic allies and partnerships. So in a way, a quality versus quantity, perhaps.
Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen has now met with 2 US House speakers, both of which reaffirmed their country's support for Taiwan. Each time, China has responded with major military drills. But China has also shown it can go on the charm offensive. Just before it launched those drills, Chinese President Xi Jinping rolled out the red carpet for his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, who has been accused of pandering to Beijing, with comments that Europe should not just follow the United States' lead on supporting Taiwan. Taiwan has had to be flexible to make any kind of headway onto the global stage, but China's persistent response has shown that it intends to prevent that from happening. Andy Shuer and Rick Lowett for TaiwanPlus.
The leader of a parliamentary delegation from Canada says their country must stand with Taiwan. Lawmaker John McKay says he wants to discuss responses to foreign interference during their week-long trip. The 10-member delegation of security and foreign affairs lawmakers is expected to meet with President Tsai Ing-wen. On Monday, shares of major U.S. chipmaker Micron Technology jumped around 6%, following news that competitor Samsung plans to cut memory chip production. It's a positive sign for the company after a tough month. In late March, China launched an investigation into Micron on cybersecurity grounds. TaiwanPlus reporter Joyce Dunn has more on what this latest move means for Micron and the industry.
In their bid for global tech supremacy, China is taking on one of the United States' largest memory chip makers. Their target, Micron Technology. In late March, China's Cyberspace Administration said it will be investigating Micron, citing concerns about cybersecurity. Micron says it's cooperating with the review and stands by the security of its products. But it's the latest company to get caught up in the ongoing feud between the U.S. and China. And this probe marks Beijing's first major counterstrike.
This case is significant because Micron, as a leading chip-making technology company from the United States, it also has a long-standing ties with the Chinese market. The Chinese government is sending out a message to the world that it is willing to sacrifice foreign companies to serve its national agenda.
China has been trying to build capacity to produce semiconductor chips on its own. But with the U.S. dominating the market for more advanced chips, this will be an uphill struggle. Beijing and Washington have been sparring over the issue for months. Last year, Washington cut Beijing off from certain high-end chips that use U.S. technology. Just last week, U.S. President Joe Biden doubled down on his administration's focus on domestic manufacturing.
The plan is to invest in America in a literal sense, not overseas, in America. Invest in ourselves, and it's working.
These are silicon wafers, and just one of them can be cut up to make hundreds of some of the most advanced chips, like the ones inside your iPhone. Chips or semiconductors power much of modern life, but are deeply complex to make, and they rely on integrated supply chains across countries and companies. Key choke points in that supply chain include Japan and the Netherlands. The two countries are the main producers of high-end chip-making technology. Earlier this year, Japan joined an agreement with the U.S. and the Netherlands. Under it, the three countries pledged to ban sales of semiconductor equipment to China. The move was immediately slammed by China's foreign ministry.
中方已就此在不同层级向日方严正交涉，表达强烈不满和严重关切。
The new rules will take effect in July. They are likely to severely limit Beijing's chances of catching up and could set the course of China's Micron investigation.
My prediction is that China wouldn't take it very far because it's also damaging to China's domestic market and domestic technology developments.
Right after the Micron investigation was announced, Chinese chip stocks surged. It was a sign of optimism that Beijing's bid for self-reliance could give rise to new solutions. But with more restrictions on the way, only time will tell whether bets on China-made chips will pay off. Klein Wong and Joyce Zhen for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of the Bell's Beach Surf Competition in Australia, an iconic part of the World Surf League Championship. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care and see you next time.